to all Gunners fans around the world. Hi to all football enthusiasts around the world. You are most welcome to this midweek edition of the Arsenal Alchemy. And we are presenting this episode on the back of a 2-0 win over Brentford at the Emirates. It was like a walk in the park kind of game. It was, it was an easy game to me. I don't think Brentford gave us any form of trouble at all. Before I proceed, I'm going to plead with you guys to please do like and subscribe to this channel so we can actually serve you guys and, bring better content to you guys. Now we're going to go into the match properly. Mikel Arteta made some few changes. We saw Noni Madueke coming for Saka. We saw Martinelli keep his place on the left side. Of course, we know Trossard was recently injured in the game against Bayern Munich. Martinelli has been the preferred player on that left side to replace him. And we also saw, very importantly, we saw Ben White come in for Urian Timber. We saw him coming for Urian Timber, which was very, very major. This is what we want. We want some kind of rotation. Mikel Merino kept his place in the number 9 position, and Mosquera and Hincapi kept their places in the central defense. Rice, we still kept Rice. I thought we kept him for a bit too long. So the match started, and we obviously we didn't play the high tempo game we usually play at the Emirates. We tried to control, look for that bit of chance to strike, probably from a set piece, probably from a counter attack, probably from a very good free flowing football. So, but the gamble paid off because after 10 minutes, after very good work from Noni Madueke, after very good leg work from Noni Madueke, he passed the ball to Ben White, whom put in a pinpoint cross to Mikel Merino. We know Mikel Merino is deadly in the air, and he duly headed in the ball, and he beat the former Liverpool keeper, Kelleher, and it was a very brilliant goal. And I'm very, very happy for Mikel Merino. He is becoming one of our most important players. I can even say that he is doing better than Gyökeres, in my own opinion, because if you look at our games with him playing in the striking position, you can see he has improved. I know in some few posts ago, I said I didn't like him as a starter, but we had no choice. But he has, he has lived up to the trust. He has lived up to the trust in which the coach, conferred on him. And he has been really, really brilliant. Don't forget he scored against Chelsea in that disappointing game. I like to say that game was a disappointing game. We should be winning any team that is one man down. I don't care if it's Bayern Munich. I don't care if it's Real Madrid. I don't care if it's Chelsea. I don't care if it's Barcelona. Any team playing against us and goes a man down, I don't care. We should be winning that game. We should be finding a way to win that game. The game really, really frustrated me. I didn't like the way we played. I thought Chelsea kind of bullied us, and I thought we've gone past the bullying phase of our game. But this period, we were bullied, apart from the Caicedo red card. You saw Enzo Fernandez. You saw Reece James. Kudos to him. He was a different animal on Sunday. He played great. He played great. I'm not going to take that away from him. He even outplayed our man, Declan Rice. I know Declan Rice had to fall back a little to help the defense, but then that's just to tell you, if Declan Rice can be falling back to help the defense, that is to tell you the amount of pressure we were in. And even when we were a man up, we were not so much better. We were not so much better. We were playing shots directly to the keeper. We were playing shots like we couldn't hit the ball harder than what we were doing. So it was frustrating, and I wasn't happy. I wasn't happy with the results. I felt that was a golden opportunity to take all 3 points. So thus, with that game, it made this game against Brentford even more important. This is a game we needed to win because we've seen our closest title rivals in Manchester City. We've seen them win 2 games back to back. They won on Saturday, of course, and they won yesterday against Fulham. We saw the game against Fulham. We saw how that game went. They played Leeds United on Saturday. Although they've been having some defensive frailties and some defensive concerns, but they are outscoring their opponents, which is how it's supposed to be. If your defense is not good, you make up for it in your attack, which is what they are absolutely doing. Though they haven't really faced a very formidable team that will exploit that attack, but they are getting their business done. And they played yesterday against Fulham. It was a goal fest. It was a 9-goal thriller, but they eventually won that game 5-4. And they closed the gap on us to just 2 points. That is how easy 5, 6, 7 points can be erased in this league. If you're not concentrating, if you're not winning your own games, you will lag behind. We saw how easy it was for the chasing pack to gain on us. We saw how easy it was. If the game against Chelsea was 11-11, most likely they would have won that game. I was happy. I was satisfied with Hincapi Mosquera partnership. I think for the first time they started in the Premier League together. I think they did very well. I don't think they were bullied or anything. Hincapi in particular, I have been very, very impressed with this guy. He has come in, and it doesn't even look like we're missing Gabriel. We're missing Gabriel, but he is putting in a fantastic shift. Look at him this evening. They kept a clean sheet. Though Mosquera limped out, I think he landed awkwardly on his ankle. I hope it's not something serious, and that was worrying because we're getting very light, and we want all the players that are injured to start to come back. So, going back to the game, after 10 minutes, Mikel Merino headed home. Now, when he scored that goal, you will think, okay, the pressure has been eased down. We are going to demolish Brentford. But no, we were so cautious. We were overly too cautious. And we were playing this slow-paced game. Odegaard started this game. He was quite good. I was impressed with him. He did what he was supposed to do. But our finishing was just the problem. Now, Brentford, before this game, there was a lot of concern that they are very good in set pieces. They have a set piece coach in Keith Andrews. He was a set piece coach before he became an actual coach, before he became a manager, So there was some concerns. A lot of their goals have been scored from corners, have been scored from throw-ins. We know Coyote throws the long balls and, causes all sorts of trouble. And so there was a lot of concern about this game that we were going to be vulnerable in the set place. in the dead balls. We saw what happened on Sunday. Chelsea scored us through a corner. Just replica of what we did to them last season when Merino flicked the ball. That was the winning goal, 1-0, and that was the end of the game. But there was a lot of concern about this game. And they did almost score, if not for a fingertip save from Raya that came off the crossbar. And, that would have been a goal. That would have been a disaster if these guys had equalized, So, but I'm happy a lot of the players, the injured players are coming back. I was very happy to see Gabriel Jesus on the bench. I was very happy to see Gyökeres coming in after about 80 minutes. The game went on. Mikel Merino couldn't double his tally. He had a couple of chances. He just couldn't make it. At a point, I thought he was knackered. He was tired. I expected the Gyökeres change to have come earlier. Excuse me. I expected that change to have come earlier, but instead, Mikel Arteta took out Rice, whom needed a bit of rest. He needed some rest. We need to find what to do. We need to find someone to replace this guy in that position. In some lighter games, I will suggest the Club Brugge game next week. I don't even want him to travel with us. If we lose, we lose. Whatever happens, it happens. This guy needs a rest. So, like I said, Victor Gyökeres came in, Bukayo Saka came in, and Bukayo Saka, of course, we know he scored the winning goal, the second goal, which came in at the 89th minute. I thought it was a bit selfish. These are the kind of things though he scored, I'm happy he scored, but we have to learn to be team players. Bukayo Saka, in the past few games, he just shoots. You don't have to shoot all the time. This is a guy that thrived on decision making. Bukayo Saka's game was always taking the right decision. Though this was the right decision, but it would have been easier to just pass the ball to Gyökeres and Gyökeres would just score an empty net. But he decided to shoot. The keeper saved it, but it came off the keeper and, eventually crossed the line. We nearly didn't score that goal. And, in this league, how important it is to get that security goal, to get that double lead. Thank God we have a good defense, but a 1-0 lead, it's very, very, very risky. In certain games, you're not going to get away with it. In certain games, we have to learn to kill games. Mikel Arteta should have introduced Gyökeres earlier. If you're still going to move Merino to the number 8 position, that's fine. And, Mikel Merino, he's still, you can say he assisted Bukayo Saka on that, his goal. And, kudos to Mikel Merino. This guy has been, his football knowledge is fantastic. He's not a great midfielder, but he is a very, very dangerous forward. He's not a great 8 or 6 or all those, holding positions, but he's a fantastic forward. Put him anywhere in that forward line, this guy will either score or create an assist. Now, today's game, the beauty of today's game is that my much dreaded team, the team I hate most because of their fans, because of their players, is Chelsea. I don't even need to go too far. You saw the way they played on Sunday. You saw how they were taunting our players, kicking our players, but for some reason we got 6 yellow cards. I can't think of any very bad tackle we made, but we got 6 yellow cards. But that's fine. This team, they're so full of shit. They're so full of themselves. I've never disliked a team the way I dislike these guys. Even during the golden age of Arsenal Manchester United rivalry, we had mutual respect for each other. There was some kind of hate, but we had mutual respect. But these guys are just rubbish. These guys are just blatantly toxic. I can't stand them. I can't stand their players. And for some reason, their fans are like them. You see all the crap they've been spewing. So I was very happy when they lost. I was very happy. In fact, when I bet on this game, I bet for a draw. But I didn't even care that I lost the money. I was just happy that they lost. And they were convincingly beaten by Leeds United. If you know, in the past, Chelsea and Leeds United had a kind of rivalry in the past. Back in the day, they were the rivals. Chelsea was not Arsenal's rival. They were our rivals because they were in London. They were not our rivals. We used to deal with them home and away back in the day. Go and check the archives. In the 90s, early, mid 2000s, it was Arsenal W against Chelsea. Always. So this game was played like a real derby. It's not a derby, but that rivalry was still evident in this game. And I love the way Leeds played them. Though they made a lot of changes from Sunday. And I said something in my previous post. I said with the way Chelsea played, they're going to be leggy. The way they played us, they're going to be leggy. They ran and they played for their life. It's so unfortunate it still ended a draw for them, which wasn't a good thing for them because they slipped to third. Now I think they're fourth or fifth. So right now, we are 9 points ahead of Chelsea. So we've packed Chelsea. Also, Liverpool drew their game. It could have been worse. They could have lost that game so easily. They drew the game. We're about 11 points ahead of Liverpool. So now we know the only team we should be wary of is the much dreaded Manchester City. We know what they can do. They've done it in the past. We know they can put in a run of games. We know they can we know they can turn it up. They can put in 8-9 consecutive W's. But I'm consoled by the fact that the Manchester City that did that was in the past. This Manchester City team is not the same. And the Arsenal team that bottled it twice against Manchester City is different. This Arsenal team is built different. Take away the Chelsea game aside, we've had a fantastic 1 week. We've had a fantastic 1 week. We played Tottenham, we played Bayern. We had wins in those two games. The banana skin game was always Chelsea, and I would have taken a draw before the game. I didn't think we were going to win them because they were in very good form. So the draw was still okay, but the way we went about the draw, it was an opportunity. We should have been winning that game. I don't care. We should have been winning that game. So I'm happy. We are back to 5 points ahead. We are the Arsenal. This year is going to be our year. We have a very tough game this weekend on Saturday against Aston Villa away. It's going to be a very tough game at Villa Park, but I trust we can do it. Hopefully Saliba comes back because of the Mosquera injury. If he doesn't come back, that would be a big problem. But hopefully he's fit for that game. And we'll win that game. The next game will be Club Brugge. I don't really care about that game. I'm just going to watch it. So I'm not going to watch it with any emotions. I'm just going to watch that game. Whatever we play, we play. Whatever, if we win, fine. If we don't win, it's not the end of the world. But the next important game is going to be Wolves. We should be winning that. After Wolves, another game which will be very troubling for me is Everton. If we win if we win Villa, Wolves, Everton, my brothers and sisters, my viewers, I think we're going to win the league. Come on, you Gunners. Come on, you Gunners. Brace up for these games. Approach this game with so much intensity, with so much seriousness. No room for error, no room for mistakes. Do what you're supposed to do. And this league will be ours. And until next time, that will be the end of today's edition. And until next time, it's goodbye.